All right, today I'm with the Curwensville Golden Tide, part of the District 9 preseason football previews. So who do we out here today?
Andrew Fry. Danny McGay.
Coach Jim Thompson.
All right, so our first question today for you guys is, what position group are you most confident about heading into the season?
Probably our defensive backs. We put a lot of time in passing league, so.
I think our wideouts have really sharpened up their routes and gotten stuff down to a pat. We've really hit a home run kind of.
Yeah, like these guys said, our skill guys are mostly returning guys that have played 2 and 3 years now in the program, so that's definitely a bonus.
And along with that, there's also the concern. So, is there a position group you're concerned about heading into the season?
I wouldn't say as much a concern, but there's definitely less experience on the offensive line and the defensive line.
Okay, and how will you define success this season?
I think if you establish the run game, everything can follow that. If you don't have a good run game, everyone's just going to sit back and wait for the pass and take it from
there. Okay. All right, so since we had more of a normal-ish offseason, who do you think has the biggest gains this offseason, whether it's an individual or a specific position group?
Individually, probably Colin Jacobson. He put a lot of time in this offseason.
I'd say Colin Jacobson as well. He's put in definitely the most work and had the most gains.
Yeah, it was a great offseason. Colin really stood out. Kid like Grady Hoyt really stood out as far as improving from his freshman and sophomore year. There are a lot of guys. Both of these guys put a ton of time in the offseason as well. It's hard to narrow it down to one, but those guys all really stuck out.
While we're on the off-season topic, we've kind of had more of a normal off-season to say compared to last year. So what are some benefits of having a normal off-season?
I think so because we've been playing as a team since January, since the new season started, and we've been running the same plays and talking about everything since January, since last season.
We just were able to be together as a team, so we're split into groups.
Yeah, a lot of that, just being able to be in our own locker room finally and being able to be around ourselves as teammates and just having a normal camp, having 2 days, being able to eat lunch with each other. I think that's huge.
You go through this every year. Seniors graduate in the last year. So, who's a significant player or position that you're going to have to replace that was with you last year but won't be with us this year?
I think our 3 big linemen that we're going to miss the most
is Curtis and Jace.
It's going to be hard to replace those big guys.
And
Yeah,
we're
definitely agree.
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. Those 3 big guys were pillars on the offensive and defensive line. Hard to replace them, but we have different style kids. We've got some young kids like Ethan Siegel, Blaine Witherite, some of those younger guys playing a guard that aren't nearly as big and strong as Curtis and Jace and Scotty, but play really hard.
And with Curwensville moving to the new ICC league this year, what team are you kind of looking forward to playing this year? Or what teams are you circling on the list this year to play? Is there any specific team there, or it doesn't matter?
Just ready to play football.
All right.
About it.
Well, I guess our last question here is, what are you most looking forward to this season?
Finally getting together and get a good win every Friday, working hard. That's about it.
Yeah, just having fans back in the stands, and I feel like we have one of the best home crowds and home stadiums, newly renovated field house. It would just be nice to have people back there again.
All right, thank you guys.